Mr. President, for giving me. First, I want to thank my distinguished colleagues and indeed all Nigerians for their prayers and support during the period my state went into some problems. Your Excellency, the problem starts with lead poisoning, cattle rustling, banditry, and it eventually graduated to kidnapping. Distinguished colleagues, all these crimes are tied to some extent with illegal mining. Hence, the need for this motion. The Senate notes that Nigeria is rich in over 40 types of minerals, with the solid mineral sector proving to be a potential source of economic development and diversification of the economy. Also notes that exploration and exploitation of mineral resources in the country dates back to 1902 with the production of tin, coal, and a considerable ton of gold annually. Acknowledges that the objectives of national policy on solid minerals is to ensure orderly development of mineral resources for the country. Saddened that over the years, illegal mining activities have continued to increase across the country, especially in Niger, Plateau, Zamfara, Enugu, Ebonyi, and Imo states, respectively, where it thrives without check. Distress that illegal mining sites not only breed criminality, but also exacerbates into full-scale terrorism and insurgency witnessed in these states, especially Zamfara, where the state insecurity could be traced to these illegal mine sites. Aware that in August 2018, the Punch Online reported that over 2 million people depend on illegal mining for their livelihood. Observes that illegal artisanal mining accounts for over 80% of mining in Nigeria, and this is largely informal activity without any revenue accruals to the government. Worried that due to illegal mining, the solid mineral sector's contribution to the gross domestic product, GDP, of the country has dwindled over time, showing that while Nigeria gets less from the sector, other African countries enjoy significant contribution from the sector to their GDP. For example, the sector contributes over 40% of the GDP of Botswana, and in Congo and South Africa, it is about 25% and 18% respectively. Further worried that despite causing the national GDP to be unattainable, the affected states, especially Zamfara state, is greatly shortchanged economically, and concerned that the occupational health and environmental impact on the country is incalculable, as witnessed in the tragic lead poisoning that killed several lives in Zamfara state not too long ago. Accordingly, the Senate resolves to call on the federal government to strictly impose the Minerals and Mining Act in response to illegal artisanal mining. Call on the federal government to further clean up the affected areas of the lead poisoning in Zamfara state and the other states that were affected. rehabilitate the victims of the affected after effect of the lead poisoning and environmental degradation in Zamfara State. So I move